Welcome back for the second series of Kiriakou versus Watkin. But this time we have asked some questions of all you estate agents and letting agents in the UK. And how many have we got back, Chris?
Loads.
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 Right, so...
But even in that process, they raised another question, which we'll come to.
Good stuff.
Email versus messenger.
Right, okay.
Right.
So, what we're going to do now in the second series of Kiriakou versus Watkin is answer all of the questions that came through. So, Chris, the first question is...
Right, let's have a look. Doing this off the
I'll
cuff.
tell you what, why don't you ask the question and then say, let's talk to each other.
All right, we'll try
Or
that.
talk
All
to
right.
me.
Okay, so I've got one here. Should we say names? No. Okay, from a random person.
You can probably say first name.
All right, from Mark. Got a question here. Good question from Mark. Leaflets versus social media. Which is best?
Well, it depends what you want to do, isn't it? I'm assuming that Mark, if that's his real name,
Yeah.
he must be an estate agent. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, so what's he saying?
was
Leaflets,
it. Simple
leaflets
as that.
versus...
Social media. Where should they be putting their money?
Okay, so it depends what you want from it. Do you want brand awareness? Do you want vowels straight away? Do you want landlord straight away? What do you want? I mean, that's the first question. What do you think most estate agents want? Apart from world peace.
Yeah, that's what we all want, really, I suppose. But I think for most, it's generating leads.
Yep.
Okay, getting those appointments.
It's that funnel, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the funnel. But what I've seen in speaking to people is we're still in the sort of mindset where we want to go from point A to point
Z.
Valuation, straight away.
It's like going on a date and going on the first date and saying, "Hey up, Mrs." whipping it on the table
Yeah.
and saying, "Come on, let's get married and have some kids."
Yeah.
It don't happen,
It is
does
a bit
it?
like that. Yeah, we mentioned that before. That's
We did.
a very similar analogy. And gone are the days of delivering a leaflet and getting a valuation call. That will happen, but very, very rarely.
It's because we as human beings have got used to getting things instantaneously. Instant love swipe right, instant shopping, instant TV.
That's right.
And I think we want it with our business, don't we?
We do. But the way we've seen things going now, especially in new marketing strategy, even in digital media, is it takes time. There's a process. There's a funnel you have to go through. So the first thing you need is the lead. Then you nurture that lead into a potential client, an instruction, and then completed sale or letting.
I like to look at it. I like to reverse engineer it back. And
Yes.
to be honest with you, and I think this question's coming up in a minute, but really, what goes through someone's head when they want to choose an estate agent?
Yes.
And when it comes to estate agency, I just think they call out the first three agents that come into their head.
Yeah.
So what you need to do, I mean, I think we would all hope they went on Rightmove and checked all the stats, but they don't. So your job is to get the name of your estate agency inside their head. Now, that's where a leaflet can come in, because let's be honest, if you throw enough Watson Oak Brown stuff at the wall, it'll stick, won't it?
Yeah.
And that's where, if you're dropping, 10,000 leaflets saying, "Do you want a free vowel?" There's going to be one.
There's going to be no person that wants one. Yeah. And you're
Why
right
don't
there.
you think they work as well as they used to?
Well, now you mentioned talking about people going Rightmove and researching agents, and I want to cap that off because I've spoken to a few people recently that asked the question, where do you think vendors go first to look for estate agents? And one of the answers was Rightmove. Now we need to clarify that, because vendors aren't going to Rightmove to search for estate agents.
They're going to search for properties.
That's
aren't they?
right. Indeed, that is what Rightmove is for. Okay, so all this talk about using Rightmove to generate listings, it can happen, but it's not the most efficient channel.
Yeah, it's interesting because estate agents say Zoopla's better than Rightmove when it comes to leads, and the question I always come back is well, are we talking buyer and tenant leads, or are we talking landlord and vendor leads?
Yeah.
Because I don't think you should see Rightmove and Zoopla as a vendor and a landlord lead.
No, I would agree with you there, Chris. I would definitely agree with you. You also mentioned about looking up the best three agents, right? So what does it and reverse engineering the client's journey?
Not the best three agents, just the first three agents.
That's it. And also reverse engineering the process. And I make you right. I think you need to put yourself in the mind of the client, the potential journey that they take to choosing their three agents, and then work out your way of putting yourself in that mix. So if they're going to Google best estate agent in Reigate, for example, then you need to be there either organically on the first page
Yes.
or paying for an advert to be at the top of the page,
Mhm.
right?
If they do indeed use Google.
If they do indeed use Google, but who doesn't? You know, does anyone not use Google?
Or do they just ring up the first? Do they just go on Google and type in the name of the 3 agents that are already in their head? I don't know. Because
That
don't you
could
think
be.
it's interesting that actually no one's actually done any research on this?
But then, Chris, we'll come back to that point as well. But then, if that's the case, if you know they're going to look up Smith's estate agents or whatever it might be called, then you should be optimizing to
Okay.
an ad to be there when they type in Smith's estate agents,
Okay.
right? I mean, so many times I'm looking up some software or a new app or whatever,
Mhm.
and I'll see the app, and then I'll see an ad with the app's name and saying alternative.
But let's bring it back to the question. Mark said, real name,
Yep.
social media versus leaflets. So can we all agree, for the purpose of this, it's all about getting free valuations?
Yep.
It's got, because
Yeah.
otherwise we could
Yeah.
be here for
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure the viewers don't want to hear that.
Yeah, for sure.
Which one do you think is best?
Well, it depends. You know, if I were to choose one channel and one channel only,
Yes.
then I would go with social media
Yes.
because we get.
But it's the message, though, isn't
yeah,
it?
it's definitely the message, and also, but the thing we've got with social media is repeat value. You know, it's always there. It's going to keep recycling itself. Whereas the leaflet is a one-hit wonder. But what we can do with leaflets, and what a lot of people are forgetting, is we can use the leaflet to drive the potential client into one of our online channels, right? So rather than trying to get them to call in for a booking a val,
Yes.
why don't we get them to take a micro step instead, and that is to visit our landing page or website or whatever, right? And then from there we can track them with Facebook and Google and serve them our other adverts that we need to serve, which are much cheaper than
So really, what we're probably saying, I don't know if you agree with this, is do both. And social media doesn't actually have to cost that much at all.
No, it doesn't.
In fact, it can cost nothing if you were.
Indeed.
It all comes down to time, whether you're prepared to put the time in.
That's right. But in terms of you saying, you know, just do both, I think what needs to be clear is creating a clearly defined funnel, a journey that your client's going to go on before they get to you and before they book that appointment. So if we're going to
a
use
step by step.
step by step, yes. So you draw it out on a piece of paper,
Maybe-
leaflet dropped, okay, at the top. You draw a little line, and where they go from reading that leaflet, website.
So it isn't a case of I will do social media and get it, or I will do a leaflet and get it. There has to be structures and steps or
Yeah.
a funnel.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do a funnel in another video.
Yeah, we could do. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also we drop a really basic funnel, and it's in the Smart Estate Agent Strategy group.
Is that
Go
the
in and have
Facebook
a look.
group?
It's a
Great group.
Facebook group. Join if you haven't joined already. Chris is a
Good
regular writer.
So that's your camera. You can talk into that. one.
Oh.
That one. That's your camera, mate.
Hello.
That's your personal one.
Sorry, I stole your camera.
No, that's my camera
Oh.
there.
Right. Okay. So yeah, funnel, step-by-step journey.
Good. And maybe we can do that in another video.
Indeed.
Cheers, mate. Well
No
done.
worries,
Thanks.
no worries at all.